All right.
You are Juan Jose Serna. Mr. Serna, you now stand charged yet again with burglary of a motor vehicle. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
On March 20th, 2025, law enforcement officer was dispatched to a burglary of a motor vehicle that occurred in Old Navy parking lot in Harris County, Texas. A law enforcement officer spoke to two witnesses who viewed the incident. The first witness stated that the suspect's motor vehicle pulled up the complaining witness's motor vehicle, and the suspect wearing a camouflage hoodie got out and pulled on a door handle of the complaining witness's motor vehicle, attempting to open it. That set off the alarm of the motor vehicle, and the first witness advised that the suspect got back into a car, drove off to another area of a parking lot, parked and waited for the alarm to stop alerting. The first witness stated that once the alarm stopped making noise, the suspect jumped back over to the complaining witness motor vehicle, parked, and the suspect in the passenger seat got out and was able to make entry into the complaining witness's motor vehicle. The complaining witness advised that she was walking up to her motor vehicle when she saw a Hispanic male wearing a camouflage jacket sitting in the driver's seat of her motor vehicle. The complaining witness stated that the suspect saw her walking up, jumped out of her motor vehicle, got into the passenger side of a waiting vehicle with an unreadable plate, and everybody then heard the male tell the driver, "Go, go, go." Another law enforcement officer advised he was patrolling when the gold Tahoe that the suspect was observed in passed him at a high rate of speed. Traffic stop was initiated, and the law enforcement officer was able to send pictures from the witness showing the suspect motor vehicle leaving the location to another law enforcement officer who was able to verify the suspect's motor vehicle. After further investigation and search of the suspect, a camo jacket was found in the rear seat, and a flat-pointed screwdriver consistent with the tool that would be used to break a lock on the complaining witness's door.
It was both that were attempting to B&B.
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant is the registered owner of the vehicle, but the motor vehicle was displaying a counterfeit tag that did not come back registered to.
So Mr. Serna is the one that owns the Tahoe?
No, I apologize, Your Honor. Mr.
Yeah,
Stern is the second. Looks like the second individual that was in the that was in the driver's seat whenever the complaining witness came out of the vehicle is not the owner of the vehicle.
Judge, if I may, the complainant or the witness stated that she saw a Hispanic male with a camouflage hoodie. When they were pulled over, there's two people in the vehicle. The camouflage hoodie was not on my client, so I'm saying that there's no probable cause.
They have both of them in the car, being car.
The both of them in the car?
That's what according to you, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Both individuals.
Were in the car attempting to.
I have the
Because I thought it read that one person wearing a camouflage hoodie was in the car.
That was the second one. So the first person goes in, gets out, and then that's when the other one goes in. And then at that point, the complaining witness comes up and tells him to take off. Mr. Serna, let's go through your stuff. Theft of wire or cable. Theft, trespass, evading arrest, burglary of a motor vehicle, theft, assault of a family member, attempted burglary of a motor vehicle, theft, third, burglary of a motor vehicle, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, evading arrest in a motor vehicle, burglary of a motor vehicle, assault, possession of marijuana, robbery, felony theft, assault, a prior, now a felony, another felony assault, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, tampering with a government record, felony theft, unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, and now open, you have unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, felony theft, burglary of a motor vehicle, and possession of a criminal. What on earth do we need to do to keep our county safe? It's a rhetorical question, but I don't know what on earth we need to do to ensure that our county and our cars are safe. You live in Houston, dude. You don't live in Montana or Wyoming. People like their guns and they like their cars. And when you muck with the wrong person, they're going to shoot your ass dead. It happens time after time.
Judge, he's due in felony court tomorrow for his felonies. His bond is currently set at 10,000 for this misdemeanor. Can we reset till Friday to see what happens in felony? I'm asking the court to not revoke his bond. His bond is set at 10,000. I'm asking the court to just keep it in place.
So there's nothing for me to revoke because he has not made bond on
In
the
felony, correct.
You're now being held at no bond on at least 2 of the felony cases that I see. If, I don't know if you're going to get out, but if you do, I'm ordering you to have home confinement. I don't want you out at all because you scare me, Mr. Cerner. You really do. You're not going to be in possession of weapons. On your other ankle, I'm going to put a SCRAM monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. I don't want you using any dope. And let me be frank. If I find that you break any of these conditions on your bond, I'm going to make your bond so high you'll have teeth popping out. Do you understand? Who got the co-defendant? Do we have the co-defendant? No contact with the co-defendant, please, Felicia.
Still loading, Your Honor. I apologize. We have the co-defendant, Your Honor.
Say it again?
We have the co-defendant. I'll sit on 14.
Let me ask you this. You ever had a job before? Like a full-time job?
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea. When you have too much time on your hands, you become self-destructive. So with this, it's just a matter of time, dude. It's either dead or 50 years, man. Really? Life's too short to live in a 6x9 box for the next 50 years. All right. Good morning, man.
Hi.
Just a little bit down so I can see your eyes.
Sure.
That's okay. How are you?
Good.
Ma'am, you've not picked up another case. You're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
Judge, if I could just confirm the name.
Agbacielo.
On April 1st, 2025, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas regarding a disturbance. Law enforcement officer made contact with the second complaining witness who stated that he was inside the apartment when he heard the first complaining witness outside getting yelled at by the defendant. The second complaining witness went outside to see what was going on, and the defendant yelled at him to stop putting things in the pothole in the parking lot. The second complaining witness told the defendant he was fixing the hole. And the defendant then threatened both of the complaining witnesses, pointing at them with their fingers, making a pistol shape with their fingers, saying, "I'm going to shoot you."
Wait, you said there were 2 complaining witnesses.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
That's what I have here. It says, "I'm going to shoot you," towards both complaining witnesses.
And we have Ms. Agbacielo making the alleged threats.
Correct, Your Honor.
Yeah, there's only charges one.
There's only, yeah,
Right.
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, who is the complaining witness?
Theo Strong.
Is it a known person? Because we have priors with Ms. Agbacielo and there are assaultive and, pretty dangerous priors. Any of the same complaining witnesses?
Does not appear so, Your Honor. I'm looking through. No, Your Honor. It seems like it's just, from what we can see, it's just.
Was it a street worker? Was it someone working for the city or
It's someone that lives there, Your Honor.
just out there fixing the potholes?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Agbacielo, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we can give you time. So what I'll have you do now is I'll have you sign a receipt of Victoria, we'll have you take a seat while we draft the bond conditions, we'll have you sign it. And please, ma'am, don't pick up any new cases. Just don't have contact with these people. I don't want to have to put you in jail, you know?
Your Honor, it was the same thing the last time, the
Just,
last case.
just please be careful, you know?
Yeah.
Really.
People make false allegations all the
And
time.
I get it. There's always two sides to the story. That's why you have a lawyer. That's why we'll give you time. But the evidence will point to whose side is correct.
Yeah, and I
you
do
know,
have them.
So please.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning, Mr. Kyles. Sir, you're charged with deadly conduct. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 2nd, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched from an apartment complex and spoke to a complaining witness who said that she was laying in her bed and was awoken by her son, the defendant, screaming. And then she heard 2 gunshots go off in the apartment. The complaining witness then got out of bed and took the gun from the defendant, hid it, and called 911. Upon arrival, the law enforcement officer recovered the weapon, along with 2 fired shell casings and 2 fired slugs matching the caliber of the pistol fire. Upon contact with the defendant, the law enforcement officer noticed the odor of alcoholic beverage and that the defendant was wet while fully clothed. The defendant stated he had
So, what, defendant was what?
wet while fully clothed.
Wet while fully clothed. Okay.
Sure. The defendant stated he had been drinking alcohol and smoking marijuana and that he fired the firearm in the apartment. The defendant stated he was wet because he dumped a bucket of water on himself. The defendant stated that he was paranoid at the time.
Mr. Kyles, I'm sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, was in your system. You're to come right back. I will appoint you a lawyer today, but you're not to use alcohol or illegal drugs. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well for you. You're also not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand? So, do you guys have a rip done on this case? Do we
Yes,
know
sir.
whether she wants him back at home or no?
I made contact with the complaining witness, Your Honor. However, she did not wish to talk with me about the incident after.
She want to talk to you?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Don't be in possession of weapons, Mr. Kyles. You know, I don't want to have to put you in jail and make your bond high. I don't know if you have anyone in this life that is prepared to pony up $5,000 to $10,000. So when you're out there in the free world, if you don't have anyone that's going to, you know, pony up that money for a bond, you'll be stuck like Chuck in there. So be careful. All I want is my city safe. You understand? Okay, so what we'll do is I'll appoint you a lawyer today. Or do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, or would you like a court-appointed lawyer?
You can appoint me a lawyer, and I may consider hiring one if the understanding is not
I
understood.
just want to know whether you want a court-appointed lawyer or not.
Yes,
I
sir.
can
Yes,
appoint
sir.
you a lawyer today. I'm sending you for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything's in your system, come back, and then I'll have a lawyer waiting for you.
Okay.
Okay, please.
The financial affidavit or no?
Good morning, Judge. I'm here on Katrina Keys. You had her on docket for Friday for a bond violation, but she needed to come in and talk to you anyway, so she came today.
I'm sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now, man. But unacceptable. You're on bond for DWI, and you now you're allegedly consuming alcohol.
No.
Yeah.
I spoke with the SCRAM people and she said that was not it. It's not an alcohol violation. She doesn't know if
Alcohol
my,
was detected during both tamper events. But they cannot be confirmed because of the nature of the tamper.
I haven't had a drink since I was arrested, Your Honor. I've done everything this court has asked me to, outside of looking for a job and everything. I have had no problems. I've called SCRAM about my device, because I have neuropathy swelling once it goes down. So she said it was loose. I asked them. The only thing that I did on Saturday and Sunday, which can be confirmed by my GPS monitor, I went to my son's basketball game. I left my house, went to my son's basketball game, from the game back.
Let's
I
do
have
this.
not done anything.
Lisa, do you mind sending me for a test right now, please? I'm going to send you for a test. You
Okay.
come back. Do you
No problem.
understand?
Mhm.
We'll deal with the violation when you come back.
Okay.
Just please take a seat. Tell me about it.
We can just. For the DVR?
No,
Oh, sorry, her drug test was presumptively negative, Judge.
ever test positive again, I'm going to keep you.
Judge, it was a SCRAM temper.
If you ever tamper with the device again, I'm going to keep you.
I'm doing everything in my power not to revoke your bond. Do you understand? I don't care what it is. If there's a problem with your device, you need to go have it switched out, go get it looked at, but I will not entertain any more excuses from you. No tolerance. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Did she address my, curfew? My lawyer was supposed to ask her about my curfew because I got a job and I started today. And the job is from 5 PM to 6 AM at Igloo. And I have the letter saying that I've been accepted for the job.
Does she have something open elsewhere as well?
She had a DWI open out of Austin County, Your Honor.
Still open?
It's not still open. I'm not sure if she plugged it or what happened, but looks like she's on probation now. For that one in Austin County.
You're on probation for DWI. You've not picked up another DWI. I don't want you driving in the middle of the night.
I'm not driving. I'm not driving.
That was just on March 26th, I believe, Your Honor. Is when she plugged for when that case was resolved. The year probation.
I resolved that case. And I,
You still have an open DWI and you picked up another DWI.
I didn't. I haven't done anything since before.
Don't talk. All I know is that you have a probation for DWI, you have an open DWI. The last thing I want is another death on my streets. And I'm going to do everything in my, I tell Pete, everybody tells me what I want to hear here.
I'm not.
And then when they get out there,
Before I took the job, I spoke with my lawyer. I
keys.
have someone that works there and they shuttle and I can get a ride. But right now, like I'm having a problem with getting my lights were turned off. The phone was turned off. I'm worried about monitoring. So I've been working very hard to find a job. This is the only job that I found and I need to work to survive, to pay my bills. I have to work. And with the background that I have, it's been hard for me to find a job regular 8 to 5. This is the only thing that was available. And then I made sure that there was a ride or a shuttle. They work in shifts. So 5, 6 people in my neighborhood work there. So I've secured a ride to and from work.
proof of employment that you actually have a job working
I
there.
have it. My lawyer have it and I have the email
Have you
right
met
here.
with your lawyer? I want to see actual proof that you're working there. And then we'll put a GPS monitor on you,
I have a monitor. I have GPS monitor already.
exact address, so that we know that you're going to and from work. If you deviate in the slightest, and I don't care what it is, that'll be your 3rd bond violation, and I'm going to lock you up. I will deem you a public danger and make your bond sky high. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
The-
Chief Marie, I'll have you get with your lawyer and then they can get with pretrial.
And I start today. It starts today at 5 PM, which is why she had me come today.
Okay.
So-
I'll have you get with Ms. Freedy. She can get with pretrial. You guys can work out the details.
All right, thanks.
Judge, would you like me to email that proof of employment to you or to pretrial?
No, to Felicia. And I
Okay.
don't know if you have her email address. I'll see if I can get it for you.
Okay, please. I'll see if I-
Give me a second. I'll chat it to you. Hold on. a
Okay,
second.
thank you, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Williams. Sir, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. On July 15, 2024 in Harris County, Texas, a defendant was observed on surveillance video entering a pawn shop accompanied by a female, a toddler, and a baby in a car seat carrier. The defendant was observed putting down the baby, picking up a projector, and concealing it behind an item on the next aisle. The defendant then returned to the baby, picked up the baby, and then picked up the hidden projector and concealed it in the car seat. The female completed a transaction at the counter, and the defendant left with the item in the car seat without paying, passing all points of sale. The defendant was identified by his Tennessee driver's license photo by the complaining witness. The value of the item stolen was $2,000 or $2,099.99.
Do we know if they got it back?
I do not, does not say in the DIMS. We need just a moment, Your Honor, to,
We can worry about it later.
yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to this pawn shop. You've also missed 3 different times. If you miss, excuses go in one ear, go out the other. Actions are what matter, Mr. Williams. You've missed court on 3 different occasions. If you miss again, I'm going to make your bond so high, it's going to hit the clouds. Do you understand? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer? I'll have you fill out an application. I'll take a look to see whether you qualify. Okay. You get, every time you bond out, they give you paperwork telling you where you need to go, the date and time and the location. So I'm not going to argue with you, man. It's just, we've had 3 different occasions. Your case is 220 days old. So I'll have you fill out an application. I'm going to have you sign a receipt. I'm going to have you take a seat, but I need to do further bond conditions on him. So you're not allowed to leave until we do further bond conditions. Please, please.
We're approaching on Sean Williams. He's on today's docket.
This is the gentleman, it's a theft of the projector from, okay.
Victoria told me I needed to approach about bond conditions,
Said you wanted more bond conditions.
but if you're happy with them all,
Well, no, the thing is I want to, this case is super duper old, right?
yes. And the judge, this was a 2B. And so that's part of the age. And then,
If he's a true 2B for
Well-
like 180 days, then I don't have a problem. But if he's been on bond
Well-
and then he takes off for 150, then
so just my brief look at it, what looks like happened is it was a 2B. He got picked up. He paid an out-of-county bond. And his next court date was not clear to him. And
come on.
so, he did bond forfeit. And then he paid another out-of-county bond and he's here
Yeah,
today.
he's forfeited at least 2 different times. It's now 212 days old.
It looks like to me, he's only bond forfeited once.
He's made,
You're concerning me, man. It's a concern.
And again, any amount of bond forfeiting is bad, but
discovery complete on this case.
Hold on, Your Honor. Verify that.
If you ever take off on me again, Mr. Williams, you know what's going to happen to the bond. And if you don't have anyone in this world that's willing to pony up 10,000, perhaps 5 to 10,000, you will be stuck like Chuck in there. Do you understand me? The only thing in this world I'm asking you to do is keep my county safe and show up. You pick up another case, you are unsafe to my county. It's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand me?
Do believe this, Your Honor, there's,
I'd like you to do a writ first as well to see whether they got the projector back or not.
yes, Your Honor.
And then,
Judge, if we can just have a regular reset,
your regular reset.
that'll give me time to look at
You
everything.
must be here at the next setting. So we're going to decide what we're going to do with this case. But I'm going to tell you now, if they didn't get it back, it will be part of anything. That
Understood.
restitution is, all right, Mr. Williams, don't have any contact with these people. Don't have any weapons. Don't pick up any new cases. So I guess Felicia, I'll have you do it as just because it'll be faster so we can get them out of here. Just no contact with any witness, no going back to the pawn shop, no new cases, no drugs, no alcohol. Okay. All right, dude. Good luck. See you in 30.
Okay. Okay, so I have talked to pretrial in regards to the violations as to tampering with the SCRAM.
You need a translator anyway, right?
I guess
Vicky
so.
Ramirez?
Yes. So, pretrial doesn't know exactly what was tampered with. He does work in construction. He wears boots, he wears socks. He does suffer from this condition called neuropathy, where he has to put like this cream on here. He says that SCRAM actually has been causing him a lot of pain on his legs. So sometimes he shifts it to put the lotion or moves it. But since it was in the morning, he said it was probably like when he was at work with the boots. But there was no like BAC, no alcohol, nothing. It was just
Because a
tampering.
lot of times the way they do it, they tamper with it so that alcohol can't be detected. They'll put something in between the leg and the monitor to, evade. This is Enrique Ramirez.
This was,
A lot of times they'll say the tamper was from midnight to like 6 a.m. so that we know that there was something in between the leg or they've done something for that length of time. I don't know.
See the first one,
And it says alcohol was detected.
on March 1st at 4:32 a.m., returned to baseline at 2:40 p.m. That tamper was 10 hours and 8 minutes.
Come up, Mr. Ramirez.
I don't see the second one. I see the one on the first only.
Tengo que te estás, que tienes alcohol en tu sistema y que estás fallando con la máquina también. No, sorry. La máquina me dice otra cosa. I don't know what to tell you, Ms. Solis, but
oh, I mean, pretrial doesn't have knowledge as far as like what was the tampering. I mean,
they can't. It's impossible.
I know that, Judge.
All we know is that the device is not detecting his skin for certain period of time, and at the same time, alcohol is detected.
¿Dónde estabas el día primero y el día 8?
So let's do this. I need to get a translate here so I can properly translate and let him know what I'm going to do. Oh, Plaza.
Yes.
Can I borrow you for a second, please? I just need you to help me translate.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Ramirez. You were instructed not to tamper or remove the device. We have 2 tamper events here, where on March 1st at 6:33 a.m. and the second one on March 10th of 2025 at 11 a.m. Alcohol was detected on the first event. Alcohol was not detected during the second tamper event. That's what I have. We need to do something with this case. It's 207 days old and he's now tampering with the device. So
I know, Judge. I mean, we're ready for plea today, but
up your bond. You're tampering with the device and you're consuming alcohol. Told you not to. Let's do this. I'll send it for a drug and alcohol test right now and he'll.
yeah, Judge, yeah, because he has no status. If he goes in custody, he will get a nice hold.
I have admonished you ad nauseum not to violate conditions, because if you go to jail, there will be serious consequences. And we now have tamper events and a positive alcohol rating. I am now going to send you for an alcohol and drug test right now. I want to know what, if anything, that you will test positive and you're to come right back. And we'll see.
Yeah, because he does say, he does use the creams on his arms and hands, so it doesn't have a BAC level or anything in regards to the SCRAM, so.
Advised of.
I understand, Judge, I understand.
All I know is that alcohol was detected and he's tampering with the device.
Okay, all right, Judge. All right, well, so I'll step out and then, okay, thank you.
What's up, man?
I'm here for Ricardo. He just said he just wanted to
Ricardo.
approach for an admonishment, so.
Kim is here.
Oh, Dave's there. Okay. Hey, Dave, sorry, man. I've been in different courts.
Okay, I mean, if it's just for an admonishment, then I can just sit here. Like, if it was something contested, it'd be different, but it's just literally, it was the one we approached on Monday for the remand, and it's just, I guess telling him about.
Do you want me to bring him out?
Yeah, let's bring him out. Can we bring out Mr. Joshua Sweat? because I did want to talk about the reason why they're asking for an extension. And I talked to the client and I need to bring this up. So,
Not happy?
well, it's part of it. And I think you're saying that he's medically unfit to be transferred. I think that's the reason that.
Right. So, I mean, in plain speak, he's detoxing, and medical needs to figure out when they're finished with that before Louisiana can even initiate the transfer. That's the issue, is they can't even tell when they're coming because he's not cleared yet for transport, ironically. So, yeah.
So that's something that I want to address with the client being here. Yeah, and sorry, I waited till the end on this, Judge, but I've been running around. It's one of those days.
Hey, we're all feeling it. Don't worry about it. You're doing great. I'm tired too. And I still gotta go fix a flat tire, man. I had a flat tire. Come on.
Oh, no. Hey, Judge,
Huh?
you got AAA? You don't have AAA?
No, because through your insurance, you have roadside assistance. Yeah. I'm not gonna ask, forgot to call him though. Hey,
How you doing, sir?
how are you, Mr. Sweat?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Well, let's talk. You know, I think that you, if I remember correctly, you have a parole violation out of,
Louisiana judge.
No, Michigan, sir.
Yeah,
Or Michigan. Sorry, Michigan. I'm sorry. I conflated two cases.
that's right, he was a Michigander. That's what we were saying. That's right. You know, a lot of times in life, you really have to read the fine print. You got to read what you're signing. A lot of people just sign just because they want to be done with it. Yay, I'm getting on probation. Yay, I'm getting on parole. Let me just sign what I'm going to do. You know, one of the things that you sign in the jurisdiction where you signed, where you refused, or I'm sorry, you waived extradition by signing the document that you agreed to be on. So whether you agreed to get on parole, whether you agreed to be on probation, you refused extradition by signing the document in and of itself. And it says there, I will, waive extradition if I ever become a fugitive from justice. You are now a fugitive from justice, meaning that you're wanted out of the other state.
Yes, sir.
So you can't sit here and say, you know what, I want to try to get a bond so I can just go turn myself in. You have already you have what's called a pre-signed waiver. You have already signed.
Yes, that's why I was trying to get back.
We are going to get you back.
Yes, sir.
The problem is that sometimes, we give them up to 30 days for them to come get you from Michigan.
I was under the impression it was 14.
In the typical instance where I don't give someone a bond, yeah, but for pre-signed waiver cases, it's 30 days.
Judge, and if I may, that's my argument. When we did all this, we always talk about the practice of 14 days. And so when we originally talked, we reset it out 14 days, and we were all basing it on the 14 days. Now, the extension that they're seeking is, my understanding, because he is detoxing. And at that point, my question is, I talked to him when we talked about the 14 days. We understood each other. He understood me. He seemed fine. I talked to him again today. He seems fine.
And he may be fine now, but when he probably first got here and when everybody was notified, it may have been a different story. He may have been like, just.
No, I talked to him when we talked about the waiver, Judge.
Yeah, I'd been off my detox medication by the time I signed my waiver. I was no longer on even any detox medication.
And so my argument, Judge, I get it. And my argument is, hey, he's ready to go. We don't need extra time. Why are we holding him here extra days? Yeah, he signed the pre-signed waiver, but we talked about 14. If they're supposed to be here in 14, that's the practice. He's good to go.
That's not the practice for pre-signed waivers. It's not right. The 14 days, and understand the 14 days, hold on.
Yes, sir.
The 14 days
Yes, sir.
is us being nice, because statutorily, it's 30 days. Even in the instance where if it were a 14-day thing where I'm going to give someone a bond or this or that, statutorily, it's 30 days. We do 14 days because we have so many damn people in jail that we try to get them out as quick as possible. So as a courtesy to you, it's for everybody else, not for pre-signed waiver cases. We, as a courtesy, do 14 days. But in reality, we have 30, or they have 30 to come get you. And then Harris County releases you at that time?
May I say, last, it would have been 8 days ago, last Tuesday, they told me ATW. I went downstairs. They said, Michigan is here to get you. I waited 4 hours and in the holding cell, then they said, actually, they're not coming. I had to go all the way back to the booking process again. They took my money from my account, put it in a check. I cannot go to commissary, can't go to commissary. And the waiver that I did sign, I did read the fine print, and it said they have 14 days, and if they do not, 10 business days, 14 calendar days, and if not, then they can seek an extension if necessary. My argument, I understand everything you said, and I'm not questioning I know the law more than you, but I did read the fine print.
So hold on, let's find out. Mr. Kim,
Yes, Judge.
what's the good word? Tell me
So
about-
they're supposed to be giving an update this afternoon. Hold on, I don't want to misspeak. Yes, I got an email about an hour ago, I want to say, that they should give the final update yesterday, but it's one where obviously they have to medically clear him, I mean, liability alone in terms of, I'm not going to just, trust that he's good to go until a medical professional tells me that he's good to go for transport, because it's a liability on both, obviously, the sheriff's office side and Michigan side for the transport. We have.
You want to roll it till tomorrow to see what they say?
Well, I mean, that's fine, but it's just for an update, just because, I mean, once the email comes in saying that he's clear, I would obviously relay that over to Ricardo. So, I mean, we can roll over, that's fine, but just rolling it over isn't going to rush their decision because they already have it on the forefront because we've been emailing about it.
Do you have any clue when they're going to get here?
Well, so once he's clear, they can book it. So I believe they said once they clear him, they can get him in.
What do you mean once they clear him? What does that mean? He's not cleared as of right now?
That's what I mean. Is like right now, medical has not cleared him from the Harris County side for Michigan to
I haven't
get
been
him.
on detox medication since the fourth
I
day.
have no idea what that means.
The fourth, I was withdrawing because I take Xanax, and when I came in, they gave me a 5-day detox. I haven't been on detox medication.
So let's do this. Let's roll it to tomorrow. Who do I need to check in with to see if he clears from medical?
Well, I mean, it's a sheriff's office via Harris Health, but we're already in communication with them. That's what I'm saying. It's like no one's sleeping on this. We've been actively. There's like 4 emails this morning alone. No one is. They're just making sure he's cleared medically. And so there's no magic. It's going to be in 4 hours. It's when medical clears him. And it's not something that I can force, obviously, because it's determinative of his condition. Not just the fact that he's off medication. It's the equivalent of going into an ER. They have to observe. They have to make sure he's stable and he's safe for transport. I don't know what that means. And obviously the sheriff's office makes that determination based on safety. So safety, both him and the officers coming to pick him up.
I guess let's do this. Set it for Friday. And I'll reach out to the sheriff's office to see what the heck is going on so they can go interview him to get him cleared as soon as possible.
Okay, I will have this.
I will email now, figure out sweat, right?
If I'm being extradited to sweat. My understanding when I looked into it, it's the prison that wants you.
Charles Egler reception.
Whatever it was. I think I mentioned it to you. Who is
You said
this?
the Lansing tether unit, but
That thing, that's who's asking for you.
am I going to the
Mr.
county jail?
Day, I'm gonna CC you on this, okay?
Yes, Judge.
Give me a second. Hey, Ricardo, what's your email address?
Judge, it's R, last name Laredo.
832? Okay, I'm CCing you on this as well.
And Judge, my only argument is look at the man. He looks in better health than
No,
I am.
that's why I'm emailing out.
That's all. Thank you, Judge. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I actually have a court date set for the 16th, which would have been the day after my 14th day.
Okay. Well, Judge is doing he's going above and beyond. He's
I
trying to
appreciate
figure
it.
it out for us as well. So
Thank you.
let's allow an opportunity to do so.
So you can hear everybody trying to figure this out. I mean, everybody sees you.
Yeah.
Judge sees you. I see you.
Yet he has been held in custody since when?
27th.
What is it?
27th of last month.
Is that right?
It sounds about right. I saw him.
Either, I don't want to take your word.
Dave, do you have that by chance?
It shows that he was filed on April 1st. Oh, wait, no, sorry. It's the wrong case.
3/31.
Oh, sorry. It's 3/31. Yeah.
3:30.
I was held in Pasadena jail till the 20, from the
I'm
27th.
not counting Pasadena.
Okay, okay.
The point we're doing now is you look good. We're trying to make that happen as soon as possible. Get this in the, clarity.
But once they clear me, we'll start over, but I feel like we're out. Days.
They lost, how many days we lost. We're trying to figure it out.
That would be big. Okay.
Okay. So let's at least set you 2 days out to make sure, what my feeling is that medical is going to want to talk to you to make sure everything's fine so that you're fit for transport. Once that happens, they can get the fugitive prosecutor to let Michigan know, hey, come get him. And then hopefully they can do it within the allotted time. I've just set the email now. Let's set off for 2 days for Friday and we'll see. And hopefully that gets done.
Is the allotted time being 14 or?
I don't know yet.
Sure.
We're trying to figure it out.
I don't know. I'm not going to commit to anything at this point because I don't know why they didn't clear you when they last interviewed you. So there's a lot of other things that play to determine when the day actually is. But be that as it may, we're going to try to get you out as quick as possible.
Yes, sir.
No one's sleeping on it and no one's waiting for just,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Thank you.
We're working on it.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you for.
Thanks for
Thank you, Judge. I'll reset to Friday. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Mr. Gonzalez Dominguez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. Looks like you have worked out an agreement where
Quiet for a plea.
it is a true second though, right?
It is a true second, Your Honor. I believe it was just filed as first for whatever reason.
I don't. You're charged with driving while intoxicated, first offense, although it's a second offense. You need to understand that there are very serious consequences with this, Mr. Gonzalez. You now will have 2 DWIs on your record. What happens on the next one?
Próximo. ¿Qué es lo que va a pasar? Deportación. Deportation?
If you ever
Sí, usted.
get pulled over again and an officer smells alcohol, you will be charged with driving while intoxicated, third offense, which is a felony offense. You were looking at a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison.
Yes, años.
Do you understand? If I were you, I would never get into a car, even if you've had a sip of alcohol. Otherwise, it's probably not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Usted lo entiende. Yes, sir.
You are giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement today. You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. Under federal law, you give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you are stuck with this forever. Is it true or untrue that you had a .15 or above?
Que tenía esa concentración de alcohol más de 0.15.
Sí, señor.
¿Verdad o no verdad?
The agreement is 1 year in jail to be probated for 15 months.
Meses.
You will do a DWI, repeat offender DWI education class. You will do 1 victim impact panel. You will do a TRAS to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess other conditions, you must fulfill them. No drugs, no alcohol, no breath test refusal. If you are pulled over in a car, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. If you do not, then you're in violation. I'm telling you now, Mr. Gonzalez Dominguez, I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my county at all costs. And apparently you.
This is the part that makes you think twice before ordering that second round. Judge Fleischer is about to hit Mr. Gonzalez with a financial and legal sledgehammer. 2 DWIs on your record? That's a felony waiting to happen if you get a third. But notice the judge's angle. He's not just talking about jail. He's talking about money, deportation, and license suspension. The plea agreement includes a year probated, 15 months of supervision, a portable breath device, MAD classes, and almost $4,000 in fines. This is the real price of a bad decision. Honest question. Does this punishment fit the crime, or is it too harsh for a first/second offense? Let me know in the comments.
Have not gotten the message. So now you will be required to pay the DPS supervisory fee and the court costs. You will now be leaving here somewhere in the neighborhood of around $5,000 in fines and fees. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. And if you're not a citizen of this country, you're not here with permission, you go to jail for that kind of time, you will probably get an immigration detainer. Do you understand?
Usted lo entiende? Yes, sir.
I'm suspending your ability to drive for 1 year. You must also obtain does he have a portable device now, or what does he have?
SCRAM on right now, Your Honor.
Okay.
We are asking for the portable since he will be.
So once he gets the portable device first, then we can take off the SCRAM device.
Yeah.
I have been paying for all of your devices as of now. Going forth, you will be required to pay for everything. If you fail to pay for it, if the device goes into lockout, so will your probation. You must do a $100 donation to Mothers Against Drunk Driving, 30 hours of community service. Do you have children? No.
No.
Okay. You will be required to do the 30 hours of community service. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Yes.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty, and I'm going to follow this agreement. How much is the total?
Judge, you said you were going to do 1 year flat driverless suspension?
Correct.
So with the driverless suspension is 4,900.
No, but it's 45 for the
45.
supervisory, and then what are court costs?
Oh, so the DPS fine is
4,500.
And then the court costs are 420.
How much?
420.
420?
420.
You will now owe $3,920. You will be given a 2-year payment plan to do it. If you fail to pay, like I said, 1 day for every $100 you owe. Somehow we have to get your attention, and I hope this is it, before something drastic happens where you end up with a 50-year sentence. Good luck to you, sir. So you were charged with threatening exhibition or use of a firearm with a school bus. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement that it's a 6-month deferred. Ms. Uceda, this is the type of probation that if you complete successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
You can't tell people it was dismissed. It doesn't get dismissed. You do a probation. If you complete it, there's no conviction on your record.
Oh,
There's a big difference. Do you understand?
yeah, I understand.
Okay. It is extremely important that you complete this successfully, because if you don't, this is a potential crime of violence that will always be used against you in the future. If you ever try to apply for a job, if you ever try to go do something in this life, you will always have to explain this. If it's a conviction, meaning if it goes on your record, that is a very bad thing.
Yeah, I
You
understand.
need to complete this probation. You understand?
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm going to waive all your fees. It's never about the money. It's about you showing up on time, not using alcohol, not using drugs, and doing illegal drugs, and doing the classes you're supposed to do. The recommendation here was for you to do a Thinking for a Change, which is a 16-week class that you go once a week. Mr. Slider has asked for me to give you a different class, which is a effective decision-making class, which is an 8-hour class. I will do it. The other thing she's supposed to do is what else?
It's anger management. His slow and anger management.
I finished that one already.
If it's okay, we can get that certificate.
Did she do it?
She did do it.
Yeah, I finished it.
She's done quite a bit since she's been on bond, Judge.
Okay, I will give you credit for anything that you've done.
Mhm.
The only thing that we're asking you to do, stay out of trouble. Don't be in possession of weapons. And I'll make you a deal. If you do really well, I'll take you off in half the time. So if you get everything done, you're nice to everybody, especially the probation officers, because I'm telling you, these people have a really hard job because they deal with a lot of people who aren't nice. And if you aren't nice to the probation officers, they're not going to treat you well and you're going to be right back over them.
I understand.
You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to test on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported. Right. I still have to advise you that if you're not, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization.
Oh, weird. I was.
He's just advising you, just in
Okay.
case if you weren't, he's just making sure.
You need to
that
understand that you also give up the right to appeal.
Oh.
So what that means is that once you enter into, this is a contract that you and I are entering into. If you complete it successfully, we're all happy. If you violate it though, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail, bring you back out, and you're facing a whole year if you violate this. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
Don't pick up any new cases. Do your stuff on time. If there's ever any issues, if you ever have any problems, come back, talk to us, and we can work through anything.
Okay, I understand.
Any questions?
No.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty. Sorry, Charles. I'm very nervous.
No need to be. You know, as long as you do everything well, there's no need to be nervous. I'm not going to find you guilty. I'm going to wait. I will withhold that for 6 months. Wait for you to do what you need to do.
What I did was a mistake, I know.
Just the idea is that you learn. That's why we have this, so that you learn, so you don't make the mistake again and end up with something worse. Everybody back there in jail, they never learn. They never grew up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grow up. What are you doing with yourself now? Did you graduate from high school?
Last year, I graduated.
So what's the plan for the rest of your life?
Next year, I might go to college
Why next year? Why are you waiting?
because they were helping me to get into college. But
Who's they?
like the teacher from high school,
Okay, so what are you doing with yourself now? Nothing.
helping my parents. I know it's nothing, I know.
No, that's not good. You're doing nothing. And the thing is that all you're doing is you're getting older. And if you're not doing anything now, 1 year is going to pass by, 2 years is going to pass by. That's unacceptable.
I might get a
No.
job.
No, you need to get a job. And I'm now making that a condition of as well. You either have to get a job or be in school full time. I'm not going to do nothing while you're on probation. If you don't get a job, it's not going to go well for you. You need to be productive because when you have too much time on your hands, you get self-destructive. Bad things happen. You need something to do in this life. Do you understand?
Understand.
Okay, so I want to know within 3 weeks that she's done something. I'm giving you 3 weeks. If you don't have a bunch of applications in to try to get a job, that's not going to go well. I want you to start looking.
I applied, but they want like everything. They want Social Security.
How else are they going to pay you?
They want it. I don't have such. I do have, but
You do? If you were born here, you do. You just got to
they
go
want
get a copy
ID,
of
but
it.
I haven't got my ID.
She got to go get her ID.
I have to go get my ID.
Man, how are you going to live this life without even an ID? What she say to? No. I'm gonna keep you here. We're gonna work with you to make sure that stuff happens with you. First, I want you to get your ID. You got 2 weeks. After that, we're going to work on getting your social security card. You got another 2 weeks to get your social security card. After that, we're going to start working on getting you a job.
Social Security.
You got the card?
My mom has it.
Okay, so I want you to go get an ID. You got 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Yes, I got it.
Okay. Good
Thank you,
luck.
Judge.
Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Upshaw. Sir, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 5th, 2025, a law enforcement officer conducted a traffic stop due to a heavily tinted motor vehicle in Harris County, Texas, and also for the defendant's failure to signal within 100 feet before making his turn. The officer told the defendant to lower his windows for safety. The defendant slightly lowered the rear window, the officer was still unable to see inside the vehicle. The officer asked the defendant again to lower the window. The defendant said he did not have to. The officer observed the defendant acting nervously by breathing heavily and staring at the floorboard of the motor vehicle. The officer told the defendant to step out of the vehicle for safety. The defendant refused. The officer opened the driver's door and told the defendant to step out of the vehicle. The defendant declined again. The officer grabbed the defendant's wrist and attempted to pull the defendant out of the vehicle. The defendant resisted by clenching his fist and pulling his arm away towards his body. And the officer told the defendant to step out again, to which the defendant stated he did not have to. The officer attempted to pull the defendant out of the motor vehicle. The defendant continued to resist by pulling his arm towards his body. The officer was able to pull the defendant outside of the car. The defendant again resisted by clenching both fists and refused to place his hands behind his back by tensing his arms and pulling away. The officer and his partner forced handcuffs onto the defendant in order to perform the arrest.
Mr. Upshaw, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. Can you run his license, please? See if there's a valid one. The only bond condition I'm placing on you now, sir, is that you're not allowed to drive unless you have a valid license, a Texas driver's license, and liability insurance in your name. I'm just asking you to follow the law. If you do not have one or the other, then you're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
His license is eligible.
Okay, so I'm going to have you sign conditions to that, and then do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're going to give you time to hire a lawyer, so I'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. We'll have you take a seat in the juror box. I'm going to get you bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and that's how you're free to go. All right? Please.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here for Mr. Torres. And can we turn the live stream? He's out on bond, yes. And if we could turn the live stream off, please. Okay. This is the old DWI. I'm being appointed to the case today. So I talked to the state and I kind of looked at the procedural history of the case. So he had hired an attorney. He came to court every single time the attorney was hired and was working for him. There was a PTI offer on the table while the attorney was hired. And the attorney basically told Mr. Torres, okay, well, it's going to be this additional money if you want to enter into the PTI program for me to represent you throughout that whole process. And Mr. Torres couldn't afford it. And so the attorney withdrew and Mr. Torres didn't come to court one time. Only one time he didn't
I
come to
have
court.
multiple times that he has not failed, that he's
Where,
failed job.
okay, where on the district? I looked at the resets and sometimes he was not required to appear and then there was one capias. So I might be misreading, but
At a county bond.
because I think he was arrested
I see the KPS on 10-8 and then 4-3.
10-8 and then what?
3? No.
He was arrested out of county.
It's a lawyer.
So
Okay, so here's what we'll do is I'll give you some time.
yes, well, I talked to the state and they're like, we're not opposed to PTI, but you have to reapply, right?
I'm
And
not going to sit here and wait for 3 months when the case is 332 days old.
Okay.
No, I'll give you 30 days at the max
Okay.
for him to have everything done, turned in and ready to go. But I'm not gonna sit here and reward someone for.
The judge, only thing I said was to make sure it was clarifying. He was originally auto approved, I pulled that, and now he's gonna require mitigation package because of these.
Okay, so what we'll do is I'm gonna give him 2 weeks to have the mitigation packet turned in.
Okay,
Okay, if he doesn't have it turned in, it's cleared off. And
okay,
then I'm gonna put a GPS monitor on him now,
okay.
so we know where he is.
Yeah. And one more thing, Your Honor, just to make the court aware, there is discovery, well, the state doesn't have discovery missing or anything like that, but I want to obviously submit a supplemental breath and toxilizer discovery order. Like, there's very minimal discovery in this case, and so I have no idea what kind of investigation was done on this case prior to my representation, and so I do have concerns that
I looked
there's.
today,
Okay,
I had expedited it special.
right, so I'm just saying, like, in 30, I don't know in 30 days what the discovery situation will be, but I intend to file a breath discovery order,
Get it done today.
so.
Come up, Mr. Torres. Regardless, if he's applying for the PTI program, 2 weeks, he must have absolutely everything turned in.
Okay, yeah, it does require the TRAS as well.
Happen after the fact.
Okay,
If he's,
just the application and the
you must
paperwork,
have
okay.
absolutely everything done within 2 weeks, or I'm not giving you any more resets. For that. Do you understand? Today, you will get a SCRAM on one ankle, you're going to get a GPS monitor, and if you take off again, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand? You're not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. Can you run his license, please?
Yes, sure.
Mr. Torres, Judge?
No, Joe.
Yeah.
Did you say
Torres,
Christopher?
last name. Torres? Just
I thought she said Christopher. That's why. Did you? No? Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
It is eligible, Your Honor.
Okay. You're not allowed to drive unless you have liability insurance as well. That is also a condition of your bond. Do you understand? Okay, so we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Tell
We
me.
have Dwayne Berard,
Bond or Jen?
Gel.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the word?
I was speaking with the chief. I'm not sure if he wanted to come up here on this individual. This is for Dwayne Berard, if we can do probable cause.
It's an assault, right?
Yes, Your Honor. On February 1st, 2025, an officer was notified of an inmate who was assaulted by 2 other unidentified inmates. The officer was informed by the detention officer that the complaint was stated he had been assaulted by the defendants. The officer was unable to review surveillance video due to the camera being down. The officer interviewed the detention officer who identified the defendants by the description given to him by the complaining witness. The officer interviewed the complaining witness and observed redness and bruises to the right side of his face and a laceration on his right forearm. The complaining witness said that 2 light-skinned black males had entered into a cell yelling.
Joe Torres?
I apologize, I'm reading straight from the note, Your Honor. You've got to get your gay ass out of here. And started stomping and punching him. The complainant was described one male as bald with a beard and the other had a fade with waves and tattoos. Waiver stated both males had seen him previously sitting with a transgender inmate and made comments. Through the description, the detention officer was able to identify the defendants.
Judge, the complainant says that the people that assaulted him were 2 light-skinned males, 1 bald with a beard and 1 with a fade and a beard. My client at the time had an afro. He does not even match the description given by the complainant. So off of the wrong, improper identification of my client, there would be no probable cause to make the arrest. He doesn't even fit the description.
Ace? I mean, I don't know. You know, that was 2 months ago. Hair grows. I don't.
When I saw him, I got the case, I think February 11th. When I saw him on that date, he had an afro. In his booking photo, he has an afro. Now, after the fact, he has now cut his hair. February 1st is the date of the incident. He had an afro.
What we have here is, and just come from the office report. By the description given by inmate Gardner, Cameron was able to identify inmate Williams, inmate Gerard, Dwayne, inmate Gardner was in fear for his life and press charges against said inmates.
I don't know. Do you want to reach out to the officer? Did they like take some kind of?
I mean, absolutely.
There
Or
was
did they bring
pictures
him?
on the portal. The pictures taken, there is a male with a beard and a fade with tattoos as described by the complainant. However, the picture that's on the DA portal, that's not my client.
So, Your Honor, here's what I've just asked. We reached out to Colin because he does have some serious pending charges. I think we're going to be able to get our case resolved out based on our evaluation of this case. I just need a second here to get felony to reach back out to me to come to a resolution on this.
I mean, if they have the wrong person, they have the wrong person.
It's the wrong person,
I
Judge.
would argue that based on the PC we have in the DIMS.
You want to reach out to them now to see? I'll give
We've
you
already
some-
reached out. We've reached out.
Fine.
And we were here in our last setting for that to happen. It still hasn't.
Ariel, that's not what happened. What happened is Ariel came to me and said, hey, I think y'all have issues with the case. Here's why. I said, okay, we'll take a look. We have taken a look. Given felony our concerns for the case. That is what was supposed to happen.
But is it true that the photo that they gave was a different person?
Yes, that is correct, Judge.
Where does it, where does it?
Let's do this. I got a line building up. Show them real
I have
quick.
showed them, Judge. And I gave,
Judge Bates?
I broke down the case, gave them point details of what's wrong.
And I'm not, what I'm saying is, Judge, we, based on what Ariel gave me last time, we evaluated the case.
But we all have the discovery on the portal. I did my diligence. That's where I'm going to leave it,
Okay,
Judge.
let's do this. Let me stand down for a second. Can you pull the picture so I can see it real quick as well? And then let me take a look. And if it's not the right person, I'm going to find no PC now.
Okay.
So just, but they've been waiting. Let me, just give me
Okay, Judge.
10 minutes. And then let me.
I'll hop back in line and I'll have the picture ready. Thank you.
I will say, Judge, before we do the plea, I was informed by probation, he did a TRAS in anticipation of his sentencing for next week in felony courts. And apparently they are recommending inpatient treatment. So he's likely going to get that on the felony probation.
Over there.
That was their TRAS.
Yeah, we're not going to ding it.
Okay. Just wanna-
No, he'll be expected to once he's released.
Of course.
Mr. Myers, come up. Good morning, sir. Good morning. You're charged, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You're making a very serious decision today, Mr. Myers. You need to understand that you ever get into a car forever and a day, you get pulled over and there's anything funky in your car, whether it's alcohol, dope, you're now going to be looking at a felony charge. Do you understand? A third DWI, you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Have you been to the pen before?
Yes, sir.
You could be looking at potentially 15 to life days. You know, if it's a serious enough charge, you know, if you've been to the pen twice, you're habitual. 25 to life, man. Really. When something that's so easy as you taking an Uber, $40, anywhere you want to go, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, a toke off a joint, you get into a car, you're begging for trouble. Do you understand?
Sure.
The agreement is 1 year in Harris County Jail to be probated for 18 months. You will do a repeat offender education class, 4 victim impact panels. You must also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. He's already done a TRAS upstairs.
He'll still have to do it.
Can we go on that as well? And we'll piggyback so he doesn't have to do it again? Okay, we're going to use your TRAS upstairs down here so you don't have to do it all over again. And what we'll do is we will do the same thing because they're requiring you to do SATIF upstairs, okay? Which is probably what they're going to order you to do. We will run everything at the same time so it runs together. Just if you have a problem, address it, man.
Yes, sir.
The last thing you want, did you see what happened yesterday? Did you see what happened upstairs yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Yesterday, there was a guy that's in his 30s that had 2 DWI convictions. He's out in a car. He rams into someone else in the back, kills an officer.
Okay.
Yesterday, he got life. So that's what I'm saying. It's an accident. You don't mean to do it, but if you kill someone, you're looking at a life sentence, man. Take an Uber. It's not hard. It's so easy. One button on your damn phone will get you a car wherever you want to go. He must do 3 days in Harris County Jail as a condition of the probation. Do you know when he wants to do it?
April 28th.
Okay. All right. No breath test refusal. If you're driving in a car, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. No drugs, no alcohol, and a guardian and a lock. Is this how you understand the agreement, Mr. Myers?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you're stuck with us until you complete it or you get revoked. If you do something to violate this probation, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out and we're going to have a hearing to determine if you violate it and you're looking at an entire year. You understand?
I'm sorry.
Okay. I have to suspend your license. I'm going to suspend it for a year. Good luck to you, sir.
The super fines and everything are waived. I am appointed. He's very much in his job.
I normally on a second won't, but he's on probation. He's going to be doing SATF. I will. Don't get into a car, man. Just please don't get into a car. It's not hard. You understand? I'm suspending your license as of today. You're not allowed to drive. I will have you sign an affidavit today promising me you're not going to drive. Mr. Myers, I don't care what you got to do. Just don't drive.